Hello everyone, this is Hyperion-Blue-GT here. Better grab some motorcycles because pole position is ready to go for the second week as today's live summit event in the Crew 2. Last week from Cartoon turns out very well and racing to be sending out there on the previous after the first week on October, and the main date schedule is already here on the 8th to the 15th in 2025. Plus, 6 events will have to get organized to have some 5 touring bike discipline and 1 street race bike discipline as well, including with a power track edition of the KTM 1190 RCA R touring bike edition is about to be set as a force vehicle once more as a limited only to get this one before reaching in the platinum. And thus, 3 skills will have to be prepared to have some 2 ground base and 1 air base will have to go for the recommendation to be labeled on green light. So I had to get myself ready up and have all the motorcycles to have some different set of restricted vehicle for only 1 motorcycle competition deemed summon. It's all about to have the fastest line and put up a lot of good effort out there to have a taste of competition. So I got my racing outfit to be set and rearing to go. Will be proceed to go entered in the second week of October as I'm about to be ready up. Hello everyone. This is Hyperion-Blue-GT here. Better grab some motorcycles because pole position is back for today's live summit event in the Crew 2 as part of the rerun. So viewers, last week from Cartoon turns out very zany and much more challenging to be packed up to have some different set of discipline after the first week was been clear. Now, we're about to go current on week number 2 as the date schedule in October 8th to the 15th is ready to go by the return of the KTM 1190 RCA R Touring Bike Edition as power track version. But this will have to be set as a force vehicle for a limited time only of this week, and better make sure to get yourself to be trained and practice well before reaching up into the rank of the platinum. And also to have some 3 skills and 6 events will be organized to go for suitable of the encore. But this will have to bring out to have a good taste of a racing competition, and 2 wheels will get faster up and have a good eye on the focus to put yourself into the test. So better be ready, and I got 1 racing gear outfit is about to be entered on the track. So as always, if you're new to my YouTube channel, be sure click the subscribe button, then leave a like and comment at the section down below. Check out the links on the description if you want to see more. Don't forget to click the bell for notification on upcoming content videos in the later future. So let's begin and ready to go for today's live summit event. Crazier, improved, and zany as ever as I just put myself to go for the top 500 on the rank in the platinum, but good thing ranked 491st place in 1,238,878 points to go triple payday to have some 4 prizes including the followers as well. Just have to go hold OK and double up the payday, so this will have to do a lot of more spending on upgrades with some fixes to have some nitro chemists on various types of ground based vehicles will be adjusted and go faster in. As of right now, only 1 day left to go, so I have to go fast and quick about it. So I got all the strategy is all I need to have some 3 motorcycle only in touring bike discipline with the Kawasaki Ninja H2, followed by the BMW S1000RR, Ducati Panicle R, and various events including 1 aerobatics is about to be on the green light to have the first skill is heading up to Miami. Gotta be ready for takeoff, and first skill fresh in and matching up the figures to have a good view in the daytime on the chance of snow. Matching up the figures, here I come and be ready for it. So I got the Harmon Rocket HR3 2018 with a UDRS Inspirtech livery will go in the sky. But I still got the same method, and I'll have to keep a good aim on the center of the ring checkpoint. Just have to fly quickly without smoke trail, and point gate is standardly to be checked. Okay, good enough. Score breaker still got this one, and double up, double the times on the flying skill. 1 more to go. Just take 1,000 points to be on the main center perfection, and finish line just going clear, and 5,000 points to go adding up with 950. That's 1 skill in the check, and currently to be placed by 32,954 points by receiving in 151,771 points. Successful. Now let's go to escape at the Golden Hills racetrack. Just have to choose for only one order of decision if I had to go on 454 off-roading vehicle only. But unless, this will have to take one good tarmac to have an element to go rally raid and motorcycles to have the skills of element of surprise. This time, I'm about to use the KTM 1190 RCA R Powertrack Edition 2015 to take the first steps in escape, and for the Salon for the Yamaha YCR-M1 2016. Scorebreaker might have to take the third skill, and Nitro Chemist to help myself to go on second skill will be faster in the asphalt escape. But this will have to take the main approach direction to have some inside and outside around in Golden Hills racetrack. Let's put it to use and have the R Powertrack Edition to be ready up to have the skills will go on the main path of the asphalt to have a good line check. Better be ready, get set, and drive away to have the yard distance but to be on the focus to stay in the streets. Gonna have to go faster with a full nitro. This will take that skills of the tricky to help myself to go for only one limitation towards the highway in the afternoon streets. Got to be ready for it, and have the off-road in about a few seconds until get back in the streets. Okay, that should do well. But this route will have to take a one-way ticket to Bostro, and the red zone is about to get a little bit kick it up soon. Just have to go on 6th gear, faster to be quickly in just 200 miles per hour. It's coming along nicely. Just have to take that path to go down south, and the red zone is about to get a little bit kick in simultaneously in about a few seconds. Alright, just like that, and made it to 5,000 yards and only just one additional to be placed. Well, maybe good enough, and that should do very well to have the second attempt to be later on for only one free time session until tomorrow. So to be ready to move on and have Miami racetrack to go for Salam at skill 3. Yamaha YCR-M1 is good to go, and be quick about it, viewers. It takes lack of skills will go experts on motorcycles after the escape at Golden Hills racetrack. So I had to be quick about it and be ready for the reflex, but I had to go boost up the nitro quickly as possible. So I have a good eyes on the line and eyes on the corner. Slide around to go quickly to have some few amount of the gauges of the nitro to stay on track and keeping up within a few seconds until going back in full capacity. Okay, that should do good enough. Near misses without avoided contact on the single object at a time. And there you go. That's 31,503 points. 3 skills check, and good to go before doing one major follow-up catch-up. After this, we had to get back into 454 only until I had to be set for only one perceived record on the 3rd skill. So, let's get it on and grab some motorcycles for 6 events with some 5 touring bike discipline and 1 street race bike discipline. First up, to Mini Forsberg number 5 at the Monuments Motorsport Park. Here I come, and the per level for the KTM 1190 RCA R Powertrack Edition 2015 is going back into 254. But this time, it's about to go force vehicle temporarily to have yourself to go train into basics. Now let's go for 3-lap time attack and ready up for a 3-second countdown before the first turn is about to be ready up to go underway. Let's do this and beat the time objected in 4 minutes and 27 seconds is coming in. Turn 1 clear, checkpoint 1 is going well before we proceed to the second turn. But remember folks, this strategy is all about to have your own DIY effort. It's going to have to take that skills to be mastered for only one Powertrack edition in this KTM 1190 RC8 R Powertrack. Perfectly well designed in motorsport, it actually does gonna have to take that skills to put up with some new heights on different racetracks around in the US and Motorfest itself. Just have to sit back and be patient until might have to get a little bit more full amount of the nitro gauges to be back on to a full capacity and just 100% good to go. Short hairpin coming up. Just have to keep that turn nice and clear, and straightaway coming in to have the checkpoint to go clear. So I had to look ahead. Chicane is coming up soon, so this will have to take a good skill of precision to brace yourself and going short seconds on reflex before the final turn is all yours. Now the first lap is over. Here comes the second lap. We'll do the same pattern method, but you have to get yourself to do a lot of more speed and handling to be mastered on every turns and corners. Progression is going update in 38%. Now gonna have to go on the brake on turn 4, straightaway to be checked, and have the checkpoint to go clear. Okay, very nice. Just have the proper ways to go for a two-wheel motorcyclist to have this race to go for practice preparation before the second event will go with no restriction only available. But I'll have to keep using this one until I have to do it all I have to keep up to have a matter of practice after one skill on the escape. So halfway there around the clock, just have to keep up and have the full amount nitro to be ready up and go faster all the way. 24.6 seconds update. Now here comes the hard part, just as usual. Okay, very nice. Just save it before the best one until the final lap is coming in to stop in on 66%. Just have to keep up with the practice, viewers. It's all about to have the experience of motorcycle for the Steam Summon. It's gonna have to get the skills of two-wheel. We'll have to take some skill reflex and putting up with a weight transfer. Okay, going around on turn 4, turn 5 and 6. 80% is all done. Just only have 19 more to go. Okay, excellent. Eyes on the prize and eyes on the clock, viewers. This will have to put myself to go achieve successful mastery to have a placement point by over 100,000 is going up until the final stretch. We'll have to save the last checkpoint later on. Watch that chicane coming in, and final turn is right on the edge. And here comes the finish line. Cross the line, and here is the past time results in 3 minutes 42.753 seconds, but received with 45,000 bucks. Alright, very nice, and faster motorcyclist racing touring well done for 122,752 points. So I'll have to keep using it as well before moving on in event number 2 to have the same KTM 1190 RCA R Power Track Edition. We'll be heading up to the Golden Hills racetrack to be coming back again. Then let's get it on, viewers. One good maxed out nitro chemist to be ready up on the same KTM 1190 RCA R Power Track Edition to be set and go full racing improvement to have a challenger approaches after taking one event in 3-lap time attack. From the force vehicle to a maxed out performance to have this event to go for no restriction only. This is going to get a lot of fun out there, viewers, and here comes the full party competition is ready to go. I'll have to take the lead, and first turn coming up in lap 1. Heading up right now to go on the main straightaway to have the first sector clear and onwards to go around in sector 2. But this will have to take a lot of speed out there to have a main turn and go for braking if you're about to have a good matter of perfection to becoming as a true tourist trophy motorcyclist. But it takes competition skill and have the KTM 1190 RCA R Power Track Edition to have the different variant. It's about to go for a main contender part to have this race is all about to have a new heights, new perspective, and as usual for the encore in the first rerun, followed by the main one in pole position 1. Coming in to have the chicane check and faster around to go for the last turn to have the full stretch before the first lap clear and heading up in lap number 2. Just only have over a minute to go, and this was to put myself to go faster offense to be full control to be master for our power track 2-wheel motorcyclist. Okay, fantastic. 12.1 seconds, and coming around to have turn 2 and 3 to go quicker reflex to have a good eyes on the apex. Now it's 13.8 seconds. Here comes the double hairpin. Early brake it gets and dive down slowly to be quickly as possible to get up and go faster on a short period aggressive. Okay, very nice. Checkpoint going clear. It takes practice, viewers. Just have to get my guts and go push it all the way to help myself to have limitations to get up by over 100,000 points to have a one-way objective to be achieved. So here comes the final lap. Gonna have to brake well carefully. First turn is gonna take it necessarily for motorbike tourists. Take that weight skill to be master up. And have around on turn 3 to go in and outside around the line. Turn 4 to be checked and double hairpin to go back around. Okay, very nice. Almost there. Just only had to take one last push of the moment to get up and reach the finish line in the podium. Let's have one more time on the chicane and keep a good eyes in about 3 minutes until this race is just about to be over. Okay, good, impressive to go for the top speed at 231 miles per hour, and here it is right now in under 3 minutes as I got myself in 2 minutes 56.434 seconds in one attempt to get up in 108,824 points. New record, well done, and talk about having a moment on trailblazing to see some 7 opponents around the course to have this race in Golden Hills Racetrack. So let's move on to have a decision I picked to help myself to go for the Kawasaki Ninja H2 or the Ducati Panigale R for only 2 races of the USB Tour Cities. But how about let's go to Seattle, and this will have to put myself to go for the Ninja H2 to be ready up and go motorbike edition to have a tourist competition ready. I know how it works. This will get a little bit more faster, lighter, and tricky out there to be putting up with some different appearances from green to blue to help myself to have some vanity changes as I will be ready up to go for another round of the Encore to be packed up to go for the top speed at 223 miles per hour. So let's get going, viewers. I'm about to go cribbing up with competition with 2 wheels. It's all about to have the skills will be on the reflex. So let's start the countdown in about 3, 2, 1, and we're off. Bring out the night shift smoke trail to be seen on display and have the spectators to come around and make that cheer. Alright, let's go faster up and giddy up to have the next turn to go around onto the main session on short straightaway before right pass onto the scene view of the Space Needle. But let's slow down a little bit. This one to take the main part of the half track is going to get a little bit more sideways around onto the S's and some series of bus stop chicanes. Got to be quick about it. This will get tricky and save plenty amount of nitro if you're about to use it before the downhill will go into the Pioneer Square. Okay, early brake comes in and have that position to stay together to go up tight. Final turn clear and go to the waterfront. Second lap, proceed to go onward. Alright, here it goes. Got to do the same pattern and different approaches as I had to keep things up to stay clean and stay together without avoiding contact on the barrier as I had to stay in box in. That's how it's all about to have this race challenge. It's going to get a little bit more extremely easy, but sometimes a bit more harder to have some skills will be put yourself to be tested. Just have to go and eyes on the prize and eyes on the turn corners out there to have some approaches. Gonna have to keep going and make that gap distance to be updated into 10 seconds. Now it's 9.1 seconds, and here comes the third and final lap is going in. Okay, let's unleash the nitro. The night shift smoke trail is about to get things up to go full scene on the action. Well man, looks like almost there to catch up to Gwen in 8th place. Gonna have to be very extra careful on the last place driver. Someone else might have to call in the marshals to have the blue flag will be seen. Alright, very nice, and kick it up in the high gear to stay together. Close call, but don't hold back this time. I'm about to win this race and have the point ejected to get up in under just 3 minutes. Okay, pretty easy, sneezy, and lemon squeezy. That should do very well to have 2 minutes, 52.676 seconds, and here it is right now by 116,407 points. But that was pretty intense and quite good for a short race. Well, let's see how it turns out for the Ducati Pentakill R on event number 4 before the combo event, just to be safe later on for the US Speed Tour East Edition on stage number 8. Now let's go to the Big Apple viewers and grab the Ducati Pentakill R. We'll be ready up to go rad in the red. Just like the blue one from the Kawasaki Ninja H2 like last race, in the 4th round of the event is going to go for urban style to have the motorcycle. We'll be ready up to have the best place in the house. Encore, be ready viewers. This race is about to go downtown in 3 seconds to be ready up and help myself to go for the full red and imported smoke trail to go on display. Here it goes. First turn coming up, early brake check, and have turn 1 before coming in on the first checkpoint before turn 2 will be stay on the precision reflex. As it gets better, stronger, and just only have some few practice in case that you might have to be prepared yourself to have this event to go for the main encore once more and once again. Now, on to do some racing business. It's going to get a little bit more skill on the first lap as I got it mapped out and get checked to have some best straightaways and few turns to go for sharper 90-degree angle turns. Okay, here goes. Main turn on the S's coming up, and have that part. We'll have to take that main hairpin to go on around. Okay, nicely done on the inside, new at the apex. Let's take that last turn, and second lap coming up, and go full boosted on the 50% nitro. Okay, very good. All that hard work of practice and come up with a brainstorming strategy does matter. Okay, checkpoint clear. Just let me do all the handling and concentration to get my mind focused. Okay, let's go back to the midtown. Just have another round in nitro. Slow down to be careful. But it gets a little bit extreme out there. I'll have to keep it nice and neat and management to go full on control. So let's have that corner right over here, new at the roundabout. 60% complete. Almost there before we proceed to the third and final lap. Man, feel that rush out there, viewers. Looks like I'm about to go faster on the roll. Third lap coming up, and progression to have the first and second turn to come around, and 73% at the progression. only 15.8 seconds behind from 7 opponents, and I am on fire to have a red rad motorcycle for this Ducati Pinnacle R Motorbike Edition. Just like doing one good event for the time attack, but I'm about to go faster on the rush to have myself to go for a roll of the Challenger. Steady as it goes. S turns on the corners to have the time square to come around. Okay, checkpoint clear. Make that line check on the inside and go all the way to have a nice quarter-mile distance. Okay, blazing up the beat, and finish line is just right over here to go on the podium. Terrific, impressive, and faster time in 3 minutes 25 seconds with a decimal of 953. Very nice for a new record, but doing well basic does count to have 118,821 points that receives with 400,000 followers has been earned to go for the increased XP. But not yet over at least. This will have to take event number 6 for street race discipline to be set as a no restriction only, and the penultimate race for 5 touring bike discipline to be heading up to the USST East Edition on stage number 8 for the BMW S1000RR. So everything's checked and good to go to have a nice nitro chemist to be suited for the update and still remain on the stats per level to go around by 320. But the handling is about to go fully expert, and make sure do the best while you can out there, viewers. One good best S1000RR to have my UTRS in Sportec is about to go cooking up, and prepare myself to have another batch of a time attack event will be tested to go limitless on boundaries. But it gets a little bit more challenging to have a very good time attack event, so I had to give it all I got, and the penultimate race for number 5 for the motorbike discipline to go for the tourist trophy of the moment. So let's go leaving Detroit and start the 3-second countdown. Here I come, and beat the time Jeff did in 6 minutes and 46 seconds by the part time. Alright, here comes the Night Shift Blue Trail to be seen on display. This is where the faster race comes in. A little bit more horizon out there to have a nice time to go for a daytime sunny condition. This one to go all the way to have a long trip to get out there to have a nice placement on the landmark, just like the intersection to come around to go into the Midwest regions of the US. 6th gear coming up, proceed on checkpoint, and gap distance in 3.5 seconds on the update. I'll have to turn well precisely to have the right side of the highway. Progression going in on 15% to have a nitro will be ready up and go green light at the go. Okay, that should do enough. That's 5 seconds behind from the AGB Ghost lap run. Here comes the 90-degree angle coming up until now. Early break comes, and precisionized to have the right side near at the apex before proceed to New Harlan. Okay, let's go on the road and prepare myself to have the next batch. We'll have to go craving up and get skill for a motorbike tourist trophy. Will be staged up to the next height. Okay, checkpoint clear. Almost there until 6 seconds on the gap distance. There you go, adding up by 0.2 seconds as well. Here comes the bridge. Gonna brace myself, but no nitro at this time. But I'll have to use it right now before the next turn is coming around to have a nice place around in the suburban neighborhood. Proceed to the cold state. Progression in 38%. That's 8.1 seconds. Got to keep it up and keep going out there for the BMW S1000RR for my UTRS in Sportec. It gets a lot of good skill, and one good tourist motorbike is about to go faster up to have a set sights and good on the effort. but wow, doing well on the S-turn reflexes is coming right up the hook. Okay, gonna have to go slow down quickly and get back up to be switched back on gear number 4. Halfway point is here in 50%. Just let's go around by every checkpoint and have a good look on the gap distance in 7.5 seconds. Okay, let's go electrifying nitro, coming in and proceed to the town. Roundabout coming in. One good boost at a time and sharp turn coming in by the 90-degree angle. Close call and no touch on the sidewalk for the motorcycle. Okay, back in the coral state. Just in time to have the best route to come around as usual to be in any time and any place. Decided to keep up the good racing hard work out there, viewers. This is going to get a little bit more long time at a distance to have a few more miles before heading back into the T intersection by the highway. Okay, close call. That's 13.2 seconds. Just have to get my mind focused on the line, and the course itself is going to get a little bit more extremely tricky as the same. Okay, almost there before 15 seconds has been updated, and right on the jackpot for 16.6 seconds. Just one single push up ahead, and as it get closer to have the 6th event, we'll be ready up on standby before one follow-up catch-up to have a best car only to do on the main source requirement. So let's proceed to the forest and hairpin turn coming in. Let's take it slow. Okay, full nitro is ready up on the go. Just have to use it wisely and choose my best approach. Okay, outside on the corner turn for the hairpin and T intersection coming in right here. Okay, here it comes. Good thing I still have the 6-speed transmission to be ready up and go for a top speed by over 219 miles per hour. Got to go full improvise and be on the lookout on the short bus stop chicanes. Okay, there we go. There's one right here. Gonna have to squeeze it right in. And look out for the second one. Quickly to be pleased, and almost there to be heading back to Jersey City, part of New York City. Final stretch. Let's take it home and go time achieve. Alright, so that's 6 minutes, 17.666 seconds. So that's very nice and very well fortunate to be achieved to have 128,066 points as a new set of the record. All done, and possibility to have the 5th touring bike event for pole position has been complete. Alright, let's go to the middle of nowhere, and here I come to have the last race will be available to have my own pick. We'll go for only motorcycle only in just one street race discipline. And I just had come to think of it, I'm not just really craving up to have some fight events will go on the focus for the style of motorsport competition that related to motorcycles, but it takes skills, qualifying and practice before doing the real part of the race to have a full party competition until one more batch of the race in the middle of nowhere, as I will decide to go for only one Suzuki GSX-R 1000R 2018 to be set and good to go to be packed up with a Nitro Chemist in per level of 280 with 272 horsepower and top speed 195 miles per hour. And also for the handling level to go fully expert, and this will be a very good excellent pick that I never used this one before. Let's test it out and be prepared to have the last race and the challenge excel. We'll have to go green light and ready before 3 seconds to be on the countdown. Let's ride, and 7 cars are about to join the party. So heads up, one motorcycle coming up and take the lead to see this good Suzuki motorcycle is about to go 2-lap challenge in action. But man, this sound of the engine turns out very amazing and much more rad as ever. The handling is quite very good to be tricky, so I'll have to get used to it, just like the racing motorbike counterpart to be exactly at least. So main checkpoint going clear, and stay on the streets, so I had to get used to it. But very much more indeed to have this street racing counterpart ever since from the previous update that has a lot of good excellent moments with some motorcycles that brings out the go for the skill of excellency. But have you ever think that one good skill excellent handling on the expert that you might have to get tested to have this good kind of this Suzuki motorcycle to be serving up to go for only one street racing counterpart, just like the touring bike counterpart to be exactly to be based up by a comparison to have a different look and comes in with some different shapes of variants. What I kinda like about this motorcycle, it actually does quite very amazing to have some very good skills and pack up to go on the weight transfer. But look closely to have an insight with this first person dashboard, and that is quite very brilliant to see this good detail on the look. So I got the second lap coming up, and halfway point is already done by 62% after taking the first one by coming around by 50%. So I have to drive well to be careful. This motorcycle is quite amazing to have this one in the 21st century. Oh man, this baby is quite going well off the hook. Much more designed as a racetrack, but it still does might have to go for street legal use. So I had to get my eyes on the road and proceed well to have a good eye on the checkpoint. But near misses before going off the course. Talk about doing one practice to be racing on the track. Now I'll have to turn this race around and get there soon. Time is about to get a little bit more wasting effort. Okay, one more checkpoint to go. Finish line is just right over here. Okay, it's all done. Looks like my current record just to be average and going well to be pleased. So that's 2 minutes, 31.358 seconds. Well, maybe I'll have to leave it for now, so I had to call for a day to have a one follow-up catch-up just to have myself to go for a free time in session before finishing up in pole position, as I already reached in a platinum at rank 1028 place. So, easier said than done, and that was a lot of fun out there for the rerun in pole position. Just like the original and first and second rerun, but I kinda think the main rerun, as it turns out to be considered to be placed as a number 2. But obviously I just did well out there to have some fight events in touring bike discipline to go for only one good example to have the force vehicle in the KTM 1190 RCA R-Track Power Edition, and of course for the Golden Hills racetrack for a no restriction only. And as for the 3 vehicle restricted bikes only, to have the Kawasaki Ninja H2 in the USB Tour Cities at Seattle, followed by the Ducati Panigale R in New York City, and for the Time Attack for the BMW S1000RR in the 8th stage of the USB Tour East Edition on number 8 from Detroit to New York City, and currently to be on the finish line in the middle of nowhere for street race discipline by a settlement of motorbike only to be placed as no restriction. But good thing, all I had to do for only one main focus to have one skill on escape and one street race discipline to be settled in to go for a major follow-up catch-up is like to be perceived forward to be on a Wednesday. Polo Rush is about to be returned as well for the third week of October until opens on to the 15th through the 22nd, and we have the return of Midnight Run will go again as another rerun by coming soon. So don't forget, viewers, you might need to have 3 restricted vehicles to grab the Proto Offshore Mark II, BMW M5, and the Red Bull R314, along with some 3 events to be set as a no restriction only for the Drift, Rally Raid, and Albert Grand Prix itself, and have 3 skills to go off-roading Escape, In the Sky for aerobatics, and Ground Base for the asphalt on Speed Trap. I will have to keep going, and this will be ready to move on forward in October before Treat Journey is about to be open until at the end of the month before Halloween is coming up soon by the 31st, as I will be ready to wrap it up before at the end of the current video. It goes on out there because I still might have to keep up and work well to have some brand new content videos to be saved, and will greenlight to have myself to go earning up with some revenue to be preferred to have 1 cent amount if I had to be preferred to go with $1 or $5 amount to be each. So I have to keep that in mind, just have to work hard, play hard, and study well to earn some money to have some increase of revenue. That's why putting up to have my new chapter is all about to have some new goals, new heights, and putting up with my revenue is about to be prepared to go greenlight is ready up and go. I'll have to do my best and have all of my previous content videos are about to get monetization is about to get eligible to be prepared is ready up. So thank you for enjoying watching the video in the Crew 2 folks. I hope you enjoyed. Go subscribe to my YouTube channel for a like, comment, then click the bell for notification on upcoming content videos if you'd like to see. Follow me on DeviantArt, Instagram, Twitter, GT Planet, Patreon, Discord, and more social media platforms. Plus, membership is now open to everyone. Will join to get access per price levels a month with exclusive perks, custom emoji with my OCs, and many features to support the channel by becoming a member. It's the best way to help out with the super thanks as an extra, will support and grow. And also check it out on my YouTube shorts that brings out with some presentation showcase with UDRS Inspirtech, Total Drama fan art, and Dispenser Camp fan art liveries, along with some fairies whenever you're welcome at any time. I'll be seeing you guys next time on the live summit event in the Crew 2, and I look forward to see you again at the next current video. Keep on racing, stay clean.